Hello once again, YouTube. I'm at the corner of Alkaline, West Alkaline Springs and Stoney Springs, just moments from where I ended the previous video on the apartments on Randler and West Alkaline Springs. Right here. This is for sale by owner. I'm not sure if it's the whole building or if it's just an apartment unit right here, but yeah, that building right there looks like it's 4 units, possibly inside that one across the street for sale by owner. Looks like this one right here. So it looks like there's 3 or 4 units possibly in these right here. I'm not going to really walk down there because you can see pretty much what most of these look like from the ones I'm showing on the street. They're all pretty much the same thing in general. Yeah, this one right here, most of these look like they got 4 units. Right here you can see 4 doors right here. The corner of Alkaline, of Stoney Springs and Croydon Court right here in general. Right here. The bus actually used to go down this particular street a long time ago. For some reason, I don't know why, because there was never anybody that really got on the bus back here, and anybody that needs bus service, well, back at the street right there, you got the bus line that runs over there, then down on North Dixie Drive as well, right there. Yeah, that's actually, I take that back, YouTube. Helke Park, this park over here, the Vandalia Parks and Recreation Park right here. I don't know what that particular one is called on the other side, but that would actually be the biggest city park in Vandalia. But yeah, you can see the average of these Woodview Court are around 4, looks like 4 units right here. This was definitely, I would say, 60s and 70s when a lot of this was built right here. Henley Court right there. I'm going to walk down a couple of the other streets around where there's actually some homeowners and show that other side a little bit. Yep, another, looks like 4 unit building right here. So yeah, it looks like the standard here is 4 units right here. So you would have a very nice and safe neighborhood and a good rental back here in general. Like I said, I really don't feel the need to walk down these streets where you guys can pretty well see where they're all 4 units on the side, because it's all pretty much the same thing. But so right here, so this is where most of your rentals on this side of Vandalia. So right in the western part of Vandalia, the west central part right here, is where you're going to find a lot of your rentals in general. Back here, so let's just say anywhere from west of Helke to Helke Park and around Alkaline Springs Road right here is where you're going to find a lot of them right here. Right here, so in general, yeah, this is where you're going to find a lot of your rentals, but right here you're starting to get into some single family homes down in this area. So I'm going to walk around here a little bit. Yeah, this is single family house right here. Hey, how you doing here?
Hey.
Don't worry, I'm harmless. All right, I'm going to turn on the north edge down here off of Stoney Springs. Show this a little bit. Yeah, this is the part that's the home ownership part right here of this plat, which is on, I'll just probably say it's the Stoney Springs plat. Stoney Springs neighborhood plat is probably a good name for it, since that's the main road that goes, the main street that comes back through here. But yeah, so right here you can see 2-car garage right there. Yeah, 833 up ahead here. Yeah, you can't really find too much bad to say about Vandalia in general. I mean, it's a pretty nice suburb. I think it's the nicest suburb. I think it's the nicest northern suburb in Montgomery County, I think, personally. And you can see that you have not seen too many for sale signs back here, which is a good thing. Obviously, you don't want to have too many for sales, but I would say probably this area's probably seen its share of sales like anything else, because this area, we're in the Rust Belt still, even though it's a nice suburb. But you know, one has to wonder, you know, with the high population of baby boomers, you know, what these suburbs are gonna, what the whole area, what the inner city of Dayton, Vandalia, Huber Heights, everything's gonna look like in the next 20 to 30 years when they end up dying off, because they are the largest segment of our population. Yet north edge is a cul-de-sac street back here. So I'm turning on the Surrey Road right here. Our daughter is Army strong, so somebody obviously has a daughter in the Army. They're proud of it. 1303 Surrey Road. It's a great thing. Be proud of your son or daughter that serves. I'm going to do some stuff on the other side of Vandalia probably in the coming days or so. Probably when I do a Taylorsville hike at Taylorsville, I'll cover the eastern side of Vandalia a little bit, but it's a nice little suburb here. Good houses. Looks like somebody's got some firewood ready for the winter. Got to get that ready. If you can save money on your heating bill with firewood, the more power to you. Right there, corner of, let's see here, Convent Court 794, right there, the address. That's for sale, new price. So obviously somebody's trying to sell, or a little bit desperate. It's untelling the circumstances there. It could be somebody just couldn't afford the taxes, or maybe the parents died, the owners, and the kids are trying to sell it. The kids are probably trying to sell it, possibly. That's just my possible speculation, because as I said, you do have a very high number of baby boomers. This one right here is not as well manicured, this particular house, but that's okay. Definitely need to tidy up the bushes and the shrubs a little bit in general. But I guess maybe they'll get around to it, or maybe they're not able to, or just waiting for somebody to do it. So if there's kids in the neighborhood here, ask some of your neighbors if they can help trim up their shrubs. Now this right here looks like this was freshly cut, freshly manicured right here. You have the nicest yard out of the ones, about these 3 or 4. Yeah, these other ones aren't quite as trimmed up as far as their bushes and that go. I'm just filming for my YouTube channel, that's all. I'm harmless. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, I grew up in this area. If you don't mind me asking you this, the last time you had your home appraised, what was it worth? I'm just wondering. I would think in this neighborhood, the average house is probably 120 to 200,000 is probably what you could probably get a house for in this neighborhood. What was the last time you had an appraisal? What was your 120? So that's a good ballpark figure right there. Yeah. That's what I figured. I figured 200,000 if it's all fixed up and new kitchen and, you know, rewired and plumbing, all that stuff. But that would probably be about the most you could probably push. But for the most part, in general, when I've been walking back here, my grandma lives on Stonequarry. She's lived there for over 50 years. I mean, there is not many for sale signs back here in these streets, so that's a good thing. It appears very stable, you know, right here. And, you know, I'm always happy to see that, because the less for sale signs means more stability in the neighborhood. All right, well, thank you for your time, sir. All right, so YouTube, you got a ballpark figure of your average appraisal of a home in this area around 120,000, and that can always, you know, depending on the features and the upgrades, and of course how desperate the homeowner is to sell. But that guy's a baby boomer, probably in his late 60s, 70s, somewhere, and that's pretty typical average age in this area. I thank the gentleman for his time and supplying the information. Welcome to the Applegate House, 1383 Surrey Road, right here. Yeah, turning on to Norwich Road right here, then we'll be back on Stoney Springs. And his house was, I didn't ask him how many bedrooms his house was, but you could safely assume by the outside of most of these, there are 3 or 4 bedrooms. Now this house right here, this one might be a 5-bedroom, so this one is probably worth a little bit more, 822. Right here, somebody's in the Halloween spirit, obviously. Very well, nicely manicured, the yard that's been cut here recently. Yeah, grass cutting season's pretty well winding down because it started to turn cooler. Right here, yeah, Chelsea Avenue. Right here. So this at 1396 Chelsea would be one of the more expensive houses in the neighborhood because it's a 2-story house right there. In general, right there. 842. Hey, I'm gonna get ready to end this one once I get back to Stonequarry. Then I may cover this newer neighborhood a little bit up here as well. In general, 851. Yeah, we're back on Stoney Springs Road right here. And so we're gonna get ready to end this one. Yeah, up here is where I started the video at. Up here a little bit further. I'm not gonna really show the other side of this, the other side of Stoney Springs, because it's pretty much the same. You guys got a good idea of what this is like, but I am gonna film this newer subdivision. So right there, YouTube, we're gonna get ready to start a new video. You're gonna see some really beautiful houses in a newer neighborhood up here, and we're gonna see what we got back. We're gonna see what we got back here. Harry Bossy County Auditor. I don't know too much about him in general, but we shall see. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna make of this subdivision right here, but this has definitely been built in the last 10 or 15 years. It's one of the newer subdivisions up here, but anyway, that's it for this one from I'll just call it the Stoney Springs plat. That's it for this one, YouTube. Signing off.